Alright guys, welcome back to another workout. Today we did legs, and so this is my warm-up. I do, basically my full warm-up is a superset for calves with tibialis anterior, 3 sets of each. And then I'll do this machine here for the glutes, and I'll superset this with an adductor, and I'll do 2 or 3 sets here, and generally the reps are just a little bit higher, 15 to 20. Moving into the leg extensions, this is really where the workout actually starts. I do my warm-up sets and then getting up to this working set, aiming to get the full stack for a minimum of 10 reps. Really trying to focus on keeping all that weight on the quad through the entire range of motion from bottom to top. You can see I pretty much do reach failure there. And then I follow this up with a single leg curl. And I find this is a really good exercise after leg extensions to really get the knees warm and to actually stabilize the hip. By using your abs, by using your hips, you can see that I'm not actually, my glutes, my hips are not rocking up and down. I'm really trying to focus on squeezing just with the hamstring. And so it's kind of like a forward and backward motion. You can see I'm not lifting the pad up quite as far. I'm really just trying to pull myself. I'm using my hands. I'm using my abs. Like I said, I'm driving my entire hip, left and right hip, into those pads. And that's really going to help a lot with pelvic and hip stability. So then when we're going to work on our more compound leg presses and hack squats, we're going to have more solid hips, more solid knees. And I like to put a little bit more hamstring volume here at the beginning of the workout, just because that way I get a little bit more volume in rather than near the end, which I'm still going to do some near the end. But as you'll see, I'm already going to be pretty smoked and tired near the end to do a lot of volume on the hammies. So yeah, 1 set here to failure. Then we moved on to the leg press. I'm just working up in weight here on the Panada one. Eric showed me this one and it just feels really good. So this was the heaviest weight that I used on this one so far. So 7 plates per side. And I did go to failure here. So I used on this set, I kept the safeties so that I could really just go to failure on that last rep. And I felt this was a pretty intense stimulation. So took that one to failure. Then we moved on to a hack squat. For the hack squat, I just worked up again into my working set. Then I ended up going not quite to failure, but maybe 1 more rep I could have done if I had a spotter, or 2 more reps if I had a spotter. But here I'm just trying to work on control. I'm trying to get my knees to go over my toes towards the mirror. I'm bending my ankles. I'm using my full foot. And I'm also trying to keep my abs contracted. I'm not trying to arch my back too much here. And this one just feels really, really good. I like this hack squat. Yeah, that was a pretty tough set. Kind of wish I had a spotter, but since it was just me today, I decided, okay, that was a pretty good set. And then I just moved right over to the other exercise here, which is a wall sit. And often I'll just finish off my quad work with a wall sit, because there are quite a bit of benefits of doing a wall sit here. So I know this part isn't going to be the most exciting. It's like maybe a 30-second wall sit. But while we're looking at this, I'll try to explain the main benefit, which is A, to get more contraction in the quads, and B, what happens is then also your tendons will start to relax. So those quad tendons will start to relax over time as the muscle, the quads, start to shorten more and more and more and more. And this can actually be really good for your knees. And I find that this also helps with the mind-muscle connection, because I'm just basically flexing my quads. And basically all I'm trying to do is just like a leg extension. I'm just trying to push myself through that mirror. And then that's pretty much it for the quad workout. And then moving on to the hamstrings here. I went for the lying hamstring curl because I find that this is just one of the best exercises for me. It just feels really, really good. And at this point in the workout, I'm not doing anything super crazy. So I just worked up to the heaviest weight that I could do. I would like to do the full stack here, but at this point I decided that it'd be better just to focus on good quality reps. And it did actually feel pretty heavy, and I ended up going to failure here. So with this one, the main idea is just obviously trying to contract the hamstrings. But as I'm bringing the weight down, I'm also trying to flex my quads to try to get the hamstrings to stretch as much as possible. And then that brings us here to our last exercise. I could really definitely feel the fatigue. My hamstrings were on fire, quads were shaking. And so this set, I probably honestly could have done more weight and maybe done another set here if I had rested a little bit longer. But it was getting to the end of the workout, and I felt like I could kind of just get a good stretch, get a good squeeze. I didn't have to worry so much about the weight because I was already pretty tired. And you can see here that I'm actually using the ramp, which gives me even a little bit more stretch on the hamstring and actually less stretch on the calves. All right, guys, so just wrapped up that leg workout today. We're doing the 4 days a week training split, which is basically what it ends up being is 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. So what I'm doing right now is day 1 is leg day, day 2 is shoulders and tris, day 3 is a rest, then day 4 is back, and then day 5 is chest and triceps. So, or sorry, chest and biceps, and then rest and repeat. So this way, basically everything is getting hit every 6 days. And the bonus is that I can basically have an extra rest day if I need to. I can always do 2 on, 1 off, 2 on, and then 2 days fully off before restarting. So today we went in there, I warmed up with calves, which is how I usually start my leg day, and then I go into adductor, abductor, superset, which I basically just consider a warm-up. And then when I actually start the workout, that's where we start on the leg extension. I just work up. It takes me about 4 sets to get to my working weight. Full stack, as many reps as possible, at least 8, and the goal is to try to get 12 before moving on to the leg press. Leg press, again, about 4 sets of working up. On the last set, we did 7 plates per side for, I'm gonna have to count the reps, but it was probably between 8 and 12 again. Then we move on to the hack squat. Hack squat, I ended up doing 5 plates, and then I went to basically failure. It would have been nice to have a spot there for a couple more reps, but I just felt that on that last rep, if I went down again, it would have been, I would have had to cheat a little bit, or I might not have been able to go all the way down. So it is what it is. I would definitely not call that full failure. However, what I did do was I actually followed that up with wall sit, and I just did a wall sit for about 30 seconds or whatever it was, and then I rested for a bit, and then I did a back off set. So basically that's just what I did today, because I didn't have a spotter to take me to failure or to help me push those extra reps on the hack squat. But nonetheless, it felt good going heavy, and my knees are feeling pretty good, and everything's feeling pretty good. And like you guys probably saw, I'm not wearing knee sleeves, I'm not wearing any belts. I'm just trying to do everything just what I can do with no pain anywhere. So far so good. And then we went on to the leg curl. The leg curl, we did a lying leg curl, 3 sets there. The last set was failure, and that's when I started feeling like, okay, I'm pretty fatigued. So then I just finished off there with stiff leg deadlift, and really I only got up to 2 plates because I was pretty tired by that point. And I think I only got like maybe 8 reps, but that's totally fine. The whole idea, honestly guys, right, is just to stimulate the muscle. And so my quads and my hamstrings definitely got stimulated really well. And so I'm feeling good now. So on the way home now from the gym, I'm just gonna swing by and see Coach for a minute, just so he can check me out, just to chat for a bit, the game plan. But right now, 12 weeks out, guys, feeling pretty good. And we're gonna keep these videos going just because you guys gave me some pretty good feedback on the last one. And hopefully this is helpful for you guys. You know, this is just fun for me to document the journey here. And like I said in the last video, just challenging myself to go through this training routine. And I'm envisioning myself going in, training like Dorian Yates, doing exactly what I need to do, and really trying to get the mind-muscle connection, the intensity, the heavy weight, everything all in one. And it's working well, guys. So with that being said, just pulling up to Coach's house now, and just want to let you guys know how much I appreciate all you guys following along, liking these videos. We're going to keep training, we're going to keep growing into the show. Literally 300 pounds right now, getting leaner. My weight's not going down, but I'm feeling good. And what I do hope is that I can share a little bit of positivity with you guys, so that you guys that are getting after your goals, working hard in the gym, you get some inspiration, get some motivation, maybe a little bit of education, and ultimately, you guys get to where you want to go to. So let's get after it, guys. Don't forget, healthy people build more muscle, and we'll see you in the next one.